It's the $1,000,000 question. What is your $2 bill actually worth? There are a ton of $2 bills out there, and when people find them, they think they have something incredibly rare, which isn't always the case. Most of the time, $2 bills are not worth that much money, but the bills that we go over in this video sold for a lot of money. A lot of the time, it's a small detail that not many people know what to look for. So stay tuned, because we're about to hop right into this video. But did you know that the United States Bureau of Engraving and Printing, where they produce paper money, they're still producing $2 bills to this day? As I'm making this video, they are printing $2 bills. Not many people actually know that. The reality is, you can go to your local bank right now and get $2 bills from them. That's right. It's what we typically do. We'll keep some $2 bills on hand, use them for a tip or pay with them at a store, and it usually blows people's minds. Now, if you come across a rare $2 bill like this one right here, this person was able to find this $2 bill and sell it for $780. That's right, guys. This 1995 $2 bill sold for $780, and that's because it was graded by PCGS at a 63 PPQ. Now that means there's not a single fold on this bill whatsoever. That's a key point right there. If you find one of these bills, don't fold it, because folding it will decrease the value of the bill. Now, why did this bill sell for $780? Well, first of all, it's a high grade. That means there's no folds. Second of all, it is a rare serial number on the bill. You can see the serial number has a bunch of zeros and sixes. This is called a repeater serial number because the serial number repeats. If you have a repeater serial number, it could be worth good money, because $780 for this $2 bill. We'll be very quick here, but $1,440. Now there's 100 of these notes in this pack, so there's a face value of $200, but the bills are consecutive. That means, as you can see, the last three digits are 601 in the serial number. It goes from 601 all the way to 700 consecutively. Also, it's a star note pack. That means there's a little star at the end of the serial number. Star notes are essentially replacement notes. So during the printing process, if a quality control manager sees that there is an error on a sheet of bills, what they'll do is they'll grab that sheet, destroy it, and produce a new sheet of bills with a star at the end of the serial number, signifying that they replaced that sheet of bills. They do this for bookkeeping purposes and to make sure that there's no theft going on at the BEP. What you need to know here is that this pack of $2 bills with a face value of $200 sold for $1,440. $2,530 for this $2 bill from 1976. This is a specimen note. Specimen notes are really cool because they were produced in order to give to banks around the world that accepted US federal currency. The reason for this is because money launderers would typically go to banks around the world to launder bad money or fake money, and the only way to tell is that if you have a genuine note in front of you. So that's why the United States would send out these notes to different countries that accepted US paper money, so the bank tellers would have a genuine example of a specimen note on hand. Now, these notes should have never got out into public's hands, but one thing leads to another, and probably these bank tellers knew these were collectors' items and took them and sold them to collectors. Today, they're very collectible, and this example sold for $2,530. We'll be very quick here, but this is a real $2 bill. Most people would see this and think it's fake. This is a 1928 legal tender note, so you could quite literally take this to a local bank and deposit it in your bank account for $2, but that would be a bad idea. Or you could bring it to a shop and pay for it, but again, bad idea. There's a lot of collector value in this note. It's only when you flip it over to the back that you see this is an inverted back error. So the front and the back are just wrong. So the back of the bill is simply upside down, and that's why it sold for $2,880. This note right here blows me away. So it sold for $2,400, and what blows me away is the condition. This bill went through circulation so heavily, it passed so many people's hands until someone finally noticed this $2 bill and turned it into $2,400. And the reason is, if you haven't noticed already, this is indeed a solid number 7 serial number. Collectors love collecting rare serial numbers like this, and if this note would have graded higher, it would have definitely brought more money than $2,400. This note also sold for $2,400, and I have a smile on my face right now because the value is exactly the same, but the condition is pretty much exact opposite. This note got the perfect grade of 70. That's right, there is no grade higher than this. So how do you get a perfect grade note like this? Well, first of all, there has to be no blemishes, no folds, and the centering has to be nearly perfect. Now you see the centering is the borders around the bill, that white border. The better centering that has, the higher the grade is going to be. This has nearly perfect centering, and that's why I got the 70 grade, and it sold for $2,400. Won't spend too much time on this one, but this is a genuine $2 bill. It's real. real 100% United States legal currency. Now this bill sold for $52,800. This is what collectors call a lazy deuce because that 2 is sideways. We really like this type of note, but it's just not that popular for YouTube videos. If you ever come across this sort of rare lazy deuce bill, this one's from 1875, then you're in for a treat because this specific example from the La Crosse National Bank sold for $52,800. This bill sold for $35,250. Now, we already know what a star note is. You can see it's a replacement note with that star at the end. The big factor here is it's a serial number 1. Now, serial number 1 bills are pretty much the pinnacle when it comes to collecting for a lot of people. That is the first bill on the sheet. It's the one everyone wants to get. Serial number 1, that's the main reason why this bill sold for $35,250. That in combination with the condition, you can see it got the 64 grade because the centering left to right is just not as good as it should be, but there are no folds on it according to PCGIS, which is why they graded it at the 64 premium paper quality grade. This is an uncirculated bill and it sold for $35,250. If you learned something about $2 bills in this video, go ahead and smash that like button. It really would help us out, and we'll see you in the next one.